So back when I was around 20, I was selling gas. I was in college at the time, but my college town and my hometown were two completely different worlds. Like I can't stress enough how different my life was at home versus at school. For those of you who don't know, I'm from a beach city area near DC, but where I went to school at was way off in the mountains, bumblefuck nowhere, and the school basically owned the town. It was like Black Ops 2 zombies, like buried. But anyways, I was selling gas out here on campus, off campus, wherever. And when I came back home, I'd re-up and also link with my boy Jay, or for the sake of this video, I'm going to call him Jay. So to set the stage, this particular event took place on one of those days. I had just got home from college for winter break, and I remember coming home and my parents were like mid-argument, so I just unpacked my stuff in the garage and just immediately left to go hit up Jay. So I'm on my way down there and I get a call from Jay and he's like, yo bro, I just got these carts, we finna make bank. I'm like, bet. I'm like 10 minutes out. So I'm on my way to Jay's crib and I start getting to the area and holy shit, this place has changed. Jay stayed downtown in a really tore up area, but I was also born here and spent like most of my childhood here, maybe up until around 15 is when I moved out. But it was like every time I came back here, there was some new shit they were adding or building. There was a whole new shopping strip where the church I went to preschool used to be. And they also had like some new hotel down there. But anyway, I pulled up to Jay's crib and actually stopped to get some Chinese food. So I brought egg rolls and shit. But we greet each other and immediately he's like, come here, bro, I gotta show you the new shipment. So I walk over to his kitchen area and this guy's got like a stack of pancakes, like a comically stacked pancake tower on a plate on the counter, and he's just like, oh yeah, I got hungry but I made too much. And I'm laughing at that shit, and he pulls out this box and puts it on his little bar. He's got bar stools in there, and I sit down at the bar and he begins opening this package. And when he pulled these things out, bro, oh my god, it was the shadiest shit. They didn't even have packaging, like they were all individually wrapped in plastic wrap to keep them from breaking, I guess. Now, I'm not gonna tell you exactly where he got them from because we narrowly dodged a hot bullet with that whole process entirely. But yeah, the first thing I say is, what the fuck is this? And mind you, we've been serving carts for a while now. I've never seen anything like this. I'm looking at it and it's got this like lemonade tint to it. And Jay's just like, yeah, I'm about to go make this play right now, bro. But I had ordered some shrimp and broccoli, so I'm hungry as fuck. And I'm like, how far is it? And Jay's like, it's right up the street. So I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm about to crush this food. He's like, all right, I'll be back. So Jay leaves. I go over to his couch and put my food on the table. His dog just like jumps on the couch, starts begging for my food and shit. And I remember he had some shit on. I think it was like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, some kind of shit. I don't know. And to kind of set the setting, like I know I said Jay lived in a kind of tore up part of town, but his house was nice. It was a townhome with 3 bedrooms because he turned his basement into like a fully renovated living space. He also wasn't a bum. He worked at an auto shop and he also co-owned this local welding company. So like for him being 20 years old, he was doing just fine. He always told me to drop out and go into trade, which honestly, he might have been cooking. But anyways, he comes back like 20 minutes later and I'm just like on the couch doom scrolling. I fucking inhaled my shrimp and broccoli and he's like, oh yeah, bro, here's your shit. And he hands me like 12 carts. He says they're going for like 90 each. And I'm like, holy shit, why are they going for so high? And he says they're supposed to be live frozen carts, which I've never had at this point. He also says that we got like 3 extras that he didn't pay for. So he gives me one of the extras and I'm like, okay, bet. I put it down on the table. Now the rest of the night went on like normal. A couple people came through, like some friends came to cop, and a couple people I haven't seen since high school pulled up that were still cool with Jay. We smoked and caught up and everything was chill. Now at maybe about 11 p.m. my mom texted me and asked if I was home. And I was like, yeah, I got back like a couple hours ago. Actually more than a couple hours ago, like a long time ago. She asked if I was hungry and where I was at. I was like, I ate already, I'm out with friends. She was like, all right, bet, be safe, whatever. And I remember right after that, Jay like goes outside and starts barbecuing. Because at this point, there were maybe 4 or 5 of us. And I'm pretty sure I was the only one out of all of us who had a meal other than Jay. Everyone else kind of collectively crushed the egg rolls I bought over like as they came and went. So everyone's hunger bar was pretty low. Because mind you, I pulled up at like 3 p.m. Now keep in mind that some people who had come and bought these carts were smoking them and talking about how good they were. So at this point, I had no suspicion. We eat some burgers and people start heading out, and it's probably around 1:30 a.m. now. Me and Jay are on the couch playing some COD Zombies, and I take this extra cart that he gave me, and for some reason, I didn't bat an eye at it. It had this amber tint to it, and it had a wood tip, like a fucking Black and Mild. And I guess like since I already had been rolling papers, I didn't really think too much of it. So I heat up this cart and I pull it while we're playing zombies. And within what I feel was seconds, I had this immense terror just wash over me. I instantly knew this wasn't weed. It didn't taste like weed or smell like weed at all. It felt like I was very guilty of something. Like I just forfeited my soul without knowing it. When I tell you this shit hit me instantly, I felt like my FOV changed, and I remember being so scared. I remember trying to hold on like, holy fuck, I'm just getting deleted right now. Everything just started going white, and I genuinely thought I was dying. It felt like I was just getting pulled out of my body against my will, and I was genuinely trying to fight. Like I was trying to fight it as hard as I could. And then after a couple seconds, I just couldn't. I couldn't fight anymore. I couldn't think anymore because it was like I didn't have a consciousness to think with. It was like all of my data being stored in this realm or this dimension, whatever. It's like all of my data just got deleted. The word I just didn't exist anymore. I had no sense of being human or being alive. It was like my coding just got wiped completely. And I can't even say that I thought I'd never come back, because I didn't have the capability to think that I'd never come back. The way that I'm using I and I'm or I am in sentences right now so loosely, like imagine you're telling a story that you experienced or you're experiencing, and you can't use the words I or me because those words don't exist anymore. And I don't remember much of anything from that. What I do remember is this phenomenon that I can only describe as being rebuilt. I saw things that were almost familiar or almost human, but just not quite. I remember whatever this system was, it was trying to like re-familiarize me with reality, with my reality. It was like I was put in this corner and given a screen to program me again. But in the background, it's like this overseeing entity is like, what the fuck is this human doing in our shit, bro? Like, send him back. Like, it reshaped so many things. But I didn't have the time to focus on any particular topic. It was just so much information being thrown at me at once. It was like I was getting a fucking software update. Like so many definitions that I already had were being redefined to me. Like I saw my love and my hate and my fears and my desires. It was like everything I had ever experienced was being launched back at me. Like my understanding of this life was a painting, right? And the artist was me. But now this new artist comes and tosses away the old painting, pulls out a blank canvas, and begins painting that same picture again from their own perspective. And then I remember re-entering my body. I remember coming back and just being like, what the fuck? I look at the screen and we're both dead. We made it to like round 25 or something. And I turned to Jay and he's like halfway awake. He was pretty crossed. And he said I started tweaking, just saying like, fuck, like over and over before I just knocked out for a while. My neck was sore and my biceps were like aching. And I can only assume that that was from me being in the fucking fetal position during the duration of this event. And when I finally like woke up, Jay was like halfway asleep. Like I woke him up, like my fault. I remember just standing up and not believing that I was real. I still to this day, 7 years later, question reality at times. I basically stopped smoking and went cold turkey for like a year after this. I took that cart and threw that shit out. Jay told me he never had any issues with the other 2 extras we had. But I mean, I was like, I'm good, bro. You can keep those. This had some long-lasting significant changes on my outlook of life. I started looking at things deeper and really started to consider how my decisions would impact my life. I'd say I was more conscious after that, like more third person. I genuinely was more interested in the more meticulous details of things. I almost had a higher appreciation of my life after this because I essentially just had it ripped away from me. It was actually to this day one of the scariest things that I had ever experienced. And I haven't smoked a cart or a pen or anything like that since. Also, before this incident, fucking DMT cart incident, before the DMT cart incident, I had only done LSD in high school at like 17, and it was 1 tab. So that was my only prior psychedelic experience. That was the extent of it. I did some more research after because I was genuinely like afraid that I had just ruined my brain forever. I found that I had experienced what was referred to as ego death and most likely had smoked 5-MO DMT, which is like the shaman shit you smoke during a ceremony in the mountains somewhere. It's like frog secretion or some crazy shit like that. But I'd honestly never do that again. And even though I dabble in shrooms occasionally, I'd never recommend this to anyone. Like I said, it changed my view of life drastically, and I feel like maybe even pushed me a little closer to that edge mentally. It's definitely not a plaything, but hey, I believe everything happens for a reason, and I was taught a lesson that day on just consuming things that I have no idea as to what they are. But yeah, that was it. Leave a comment, share your experiences below. If y'all like these stories, I can crank them out. I got stories, but I'll catch y'all later.